was so graphic and I loved it. I really did. Everything is making a lot more sense, and now I am like, he was described and I know him anywhere. I'm not gonna speak too soon. I'm not, but it has potential. It does have potential. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to Bookmiss. If this is the first Bookmiss video you're seeing of me, go watch the other ones, and if this is the first video period you're seeing of me, you should go check out my other videos because I post a lot of bookish videos, including reading vlogs like the one you're seeing right now, so go check those out if you're interested. Welcome to today's video, and I am very excited for this video because I'm trying to see how many 5 stars I can find in today's video. Basically all of the books I'm reading in this video are books that I predict will be 5 stars, so I could end up having 0 5 stars, I could end up having all of them being 5 stars, who knows, but this is going to be probably my most highly rated reading vlog. Is that the best way to word that? This reading vlog is probably gonna have the most highly rated books. I'm very excited to have some good reading in this video, but I have already started the first book of today's video. So welcome back to Bookmiss, and let's get reading. So the first book I'll be reading in today's video is The Will of the Many. Obviously this book is a 5-star prediction for me. The reason why this is a 5-star prediction is because, for one, I've only heard amazing things about this book, and for two, most of the people that I share very similar tastes with have rated this very highly, if not 5 stars. I feel like there's a high chance I will be rating this 5 stars, if not a high 4 star. Also, disclaimer, I will not be rating books 5 stars just for the sake of this video. I don't have a 5-star feeling, then I don't have a 5-star feeling. So I could end up not having any 5 stars this video, but I think all of these books are going to be really highly rated, so we shall see. But like I said, I have in fact started The Will of the Many. I have been listening to the audiobook on Spotify, and I've also read some of it on my Kindle. I think I'll be primarily reading it those 2 ways because look at the font. Yeah, the font is so tiny. It's the smallest I've ever seen in a book. I got this when I was in the UK, so I think it's because it's a UK book, but I've read a couple of the other books I bought while I was in the UK, and the font did not look like that. We'll be primarily reading this on my Kindle or listening to the audiobook. Just show you guys kind of where I am, I guess. I am on chapter 10 currently. So that's how far in I am. I am 99 pages in, so I'm almost 100 pages in. So far, shocker, I am really liking this. It is a very unique book. I've never read anything like this. I am pleasantly surprised. Basically, the magic system is very interesting. Once again, it's unique, it's very original. The Will of the Many, because basically the magic system is a hierarchy, and that is also the society. Beginning of the book, it shows the hierarchy system. Basically, there are 8 different tiers, and the top tier, so the first tier, the top of the pyramid, is called the Princeps, and they receive will from 40,000 people, which means that they draw the will of the lower tiers. The second tier draws from 20,000 people, the third tier draws from 6,000 people, and so on. 8th tier draws from none because they are at the bottom of the pyramid. Basically, the higher up you are, the more lives you have to drain from, is essentially what it is. Our main character, Vis, is supposedly the bottom of the hierarchy. He is in the bottom tier, and he's also 17, I believe. But right now he is getting sent to the academy, which is where the younger people kind of climb the hierarchy. But the thing with Vis is that he does not agree with the hierarchy, so he is getting sent to this academy to basically spy for the military, and there's a bunch of stuff that happens, obviously. He is getting sent to this academy where the entire point is to climb the hierarchy ladder, but he does not agree with the hierarchy, but he's there to spy. I had to assume he's going to try to avoid climbing the hierarchy by any means, but while still spying. I don't know. I'm interested to see how that works because, like I said, he does not agree with the hierarchy whatsoever. Very excited to get into this academy because I've heard that the academy setting is like amazing in this book, and so I'm very excited for that part because this book has already been pretty high stakes, pretty epic already, to be honest. Anyways, that's enough yapping. I really want to sit down and read more of this book today, so I'm going to switch over to my Kindle and let's do less yapping, more reading. I'm in the same exact spot. Shocker. But it is now a few hours later. I just scrolled on my phone for the last, let's say hour and a half. Like, actually, I just sat and scrolled on my phone past hour and a half. And that's just no bueno. That is just no bueno whatsoever. But before that, I was listening to the audiobook of The Will of the Many. Whenever I was making food, eating, kind of doing some chores. I don't know. So now I am on chapter 15 and I am 143 pages in. The more I read it, the more I really, really like it. And I feel like since I already feel this way, not even 150 pages in, I have a good feeling about this book. I really do. I love being in the perspective of our main character. I also really like the audiobook. So for my audiobook girlies, I definitely recommend it for this book. If you've been wanting to read it, I do recommend the audiobook. It is really, really good. Anyways, I'm gonna go get ready for bed and then read on my Kindle for a few chapters. Hi guys, so it is now a couple days later, I believe. I don't think I spoke to you guys yesterday, but I wanted to give a reading update because I have a bit of a reading update. I am now a little over 50% through the book, and when I tell you guys, I am having an incredible time while reading this book. I've been listening on and off. I've been kind of reading some chapters, listening to some. That's usually how I do my reading. I'm not going to speak too soon. I'm not, but it has potential. It does have potential. The stakes are just so high. It's actually crazy. Like, I am literally like on the edge of my seat. There's something that was just revealed at the end of chapter 37. If you know, you know. Can't wait to continue reading to get more context on that. Because what? This book is just so like, I don't know exactly why or how to describe it, but I just love the way that this book is written. And I also just love the academy setting. Like, I'm having a blast in this academy setting, honestly. Just have nothing but good things to say about this book right now. There's just so much stuff that we have yet to figure out, and we're like kind of getting a bit of speckles here and there, but also he just went to the ruins. What the fuck? What the fuck was the ruins? What was that? I don't know why I'm censoring myself, but like, it was so graphic and I loved it. I really did. There's this one specific character that he is confiding in right now, and I fear I love him. I fear I do. I feel like he's the underdog, and I don't know, I just really love him. I'm also rewatching Stranger Things, so I'm kind of picturing him as Dustin for some reason. I don't know why I'm picturing this specific character as Dustin, but I am. During the, what was it? Like, it was like the fight. I'm just picturing the Colosseum in Rome. That's kind of just what I'm picturing, because this is very much Roman inspired, but I'm just kind of picturing like the gladiator, because they're in this Colosseum and there's like fighting happening. But during that scene, which you guys saw my reaction to that yesterday, I was listening to it in the car, but there's like certain parts of This Is Past that has caused him to have some hard decisions and has caused him to have a bit of an identity crisis, to be fair. I don't know, I fear I love him. I'm really loving this, and I cannot wait to continue and see where this goes, because I honestly have no idea what's gonna happen whatsoever. So many people have died in this book. What the hell? Guys, so I finally finished The Will of the Many. I finished it like an hour ago, maybe 2 hours ago, and I've been sitting on my thoughts a little bit. I really needed to take the time to wrap my head around what happened in the last like 100 pages, the last like 20 pages, okay? But this book was just so epic, I guess is the best way to put it. It was just freaking phenomenal. That being said, it is unfortunately not a 5-star, I don't think, because I just never got that 5-star feeling, although I will be thinking about this book for the foreseeable future. I really want to pick up The Strength of the Few, I think is what the sequel's called. It literally just came out last Tuesday. So I do really want to pick it up, but I do have some other videos I need to film for bookmas. I really want to pick it up because that ending left on such a crazy cliffhanger. Such a crazy cliffhanger. Like, I literally reread the last like 5 pages. I don't know how many times. I reread it so many times trying to wrap my head around it, and then I ended up looking it up on Reddit and it clicked. I can only imagine how the next books are going to be because that was actually insane. I was stressed the entire book. I literally feel like my heart rate was raised the entire time I was reading this book. I was on the edge of my seat. It was just so good, and the academy setting is one of my favorite academy settings that I've ever read. So it has been a week since I have spoken to you. I took a little bit of a break from this reading vlog, but we are now back. I already started the next book, but I do want to talk about The Will of the Many, as it has been exactly a week since I finished it, and I have literally thought about it every single day since then, and I have been sitting on it for a minute, okay? And I actually think it's a 5-star. It has literally just been consuming my entire brain for the past week, and if that doesn't scream 5-star, then I don't know what will. I literally just cannot stop thinking about the book, and I can't stop thinking about wanting to start the second book. That is unfortunately not the next book in this video, okay? I'm not reading the second book right now. I literally have not been able to get this freaking book out of my brain. So I do think it's actually a 5-star. I was hesitant to give it a 5-star before because I had just finished it and I hadn't gotten the 5-star feeling, but there are just some 5-stars that have to marinate. You know, they have to marinate and then you realize it. To move on to the next book that I have started, that is Air by Sabati here. This is the dust jacket. This is the book. You have been here for a minute. You know that I have been putting off reading this book. I don't know what it is. I mean, I know exactly what it is actually. I just literally love this world so much that I did not want to start it. I was putting it off for as long as possible, but I was really just yearning for the Ember and the Ashes world, and so here we are, because the feelings that the Ember and the Ashes gave me is just unlike any other. I don't know why I have such like a soul connection to that series. So I have officially started Air for the next predicted 5-star on chapter 8, page 78. So far, I am really liking it. We have seen Elias. He hasn't been named. He hasn't. He's just a stranger that was talking to one of the main characters in here. He was described, and I know him anywhere. Light eyes, dark hair. Yeah, Elias. That is Elias. Tall. Elias. It was like seeing an ex, honestly. Like, I miss that man. I really do. Elias is so underrated. So I've gotten little glimpses of the characters from the original series, and that is just enough to fuel my fire. So far, I am really liking it. The plot is still kind of building right now, so I can't really give an explanation as to what's happening necessarily, but right now people are dying, and I think that's what this book is going to be about. I think it's going to be about solving what the hell is happening to all these people and why they're getting brutally murdered. Very excited. I'm going to sit down for the rest of the night and read, and we shall see how much further I get into this. Hi guys, and good morning. I am on chapter 10 now. I only read 2 chapters last night. Ended up getting sidetracked, and not really sidetracked. I ended up doing YouTube stuff because bookmas is a lot and it's stressing me out. So I did not read that much, but I am on chapter 10, page 93. So I guess I read like 20 pages yesterday, which is still good. Now we are following a tracker, a prince who is the baby from the sky beyond the storm. It's Zacharias, but he goes by Quill. And then we're also following, what's her name? Aze? I think she's some sort of like, I don't know what she is just yet, but Saoirse is a tracker and Elias, the stranger who hired her to find this murderer. It's not been announced yet, but I know it's Elias. Saoirse, she has these tracking abilities. The like elements speak to her, so like the wind speaks to her and the earth speaks to her, and she can find people finding the murderer, but there's something very unnatural about this murderer. There's something not human about said murderer. Right now, Aze is kind of Aze? Right now, she's kind of a prisoner. And so I wonder what's gonna happen in this chapter, but so far I am liking it a lot. We're not doing this. Oh, hi, baby. This book, we're following 3 characters, and 2 out of the 3 are now together. Like, not like together, but they're like united. Paths have crossed and they are now on this journey together, I guess. 3rd character, for some reason, I do not trust at all. She is kind of, I'm trying to figure out how to describe her. She is trying to fulfill this like prophecy, essentially, and she has this religious figure called Mother Div speaking to her. I think I just pieced it together. Now we're in the other person's point of view, and she is talking with some characters right now, but it is from the past. Oh my god. Hi guys, so I obviously got back from my walk, and while I was making breakfast, and there was a reveal. It wasn't necessarily like an obvious reveal, but it was definitely, it was more hinted than anything, but it definitely revealed a big plot twist. The 3rd character that we are following, the point of view makes so much more sense now. I had my suspicions and they were just confirmed. Everything is making a lot more sense, and now I am like, just want to finish this book today. Like, I want to listen to this book for the remainder of the day. I have a lot of chores I need to do. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving, actually, so I want to get some baking done today. I want to get some prepping done for the mac and cheese that I'm making tomorrow. I have some stuff that I want to get done today, and so I want to listen to the audiobook while I do that. So we shall see if I do end up finishing this book today. Fingers crossed. But so far, I am really loving this. I'm like 40% of the way through, I think. I'm on page 220 and I'm on chapter 21. The main thing that I'm liking about this book is how much Sabati here expanded on this world. These 3 characters are very different from very far parts of this world. I'm just really enjoying the expansion of the different regions and the different cultures and just the different types of people, and I don't know, I'm just really loving this, and the magic is definitely getting touched on more in Air than it did in Ember and the Ashes. I don't know, I'm just really enjoying this book so far, and the cameos that we are getting, Laya and Elias, are just so good. I love them. Exactly what I needed to read right now, just because I've been missing the Ember and the Ashes world so much. I love it so much, and you cannot read Air without reading an Ember and the Ashes. You just can't. If you have not taken anything from what I have said while reading this book, you should already go and read An Ember in the Ashes. It is one of my favorite series of all time. All of that being said, I'm going to put my AirPods back in and do some chores while I listen to the audiobook, and we shall see how much more I can get through. 9 hours and 50 minutes left, and I'm listening on 1.8. So I have like 5 hours left, I guess. Totally forgot to say, something just happened with our other 2 main characters. I am so excited. They're kind of forced into forced proximity, and I am so excited. Hi guys, so I did in fact finish Air and I have a lot of thoughts. So I've been sitting on this since yesterday. I finished this last night. Today is currently Black Friday, so yesterday was Thanksgiving and I finished this while everything was cooking in the oven, and the ending actually drove me quite insane, and I don't think I'm speaking prematurely, okay? I think I'm just gonna go with the vibes that I feel, and I think this is also a 5-star. Like, what the actual hell is going on? This is my third 5-star of this month of November. That's insane, and this is the second 5-star of this video. And I know it probably seems like it's like for the sake of this video that I'm rating these two books 5 stars. Genuinely, I could not care less if neither of these books were 5 stars, okay? It was just me reading 5-star predictions. I wasn't reading until I get a 5-star or anything like that. I was just reading books that I thought I would potentially give 5 stars. Seems like I know myself pretty well. This book was just utter perfection. I feel like honestly this is my second favorite Ember in the Ashes book. Yeah, I think A Torch Against the Night, Air, A Sky Beyond the Storm, Ember in the Ashes, and then what's the third one? Reaper at the Gates. I think that's my ranking, which is crazy. I think this is my second favorite Ember in the Ashes book. I am just actually obsessed with it. The romance in this book was just so precious. I loved it. Literally, I think this is one of my favorite books I've read this year. I mean, obviously it's a 5-star, but it could potentially be a 6-star. After I spoke to you guys, I literally just could not stop listening and reading this book. I couldn't stop. I didn't want to stop. I wasn't listening to the audiobook. I was sitting down trying to read like a page at a time until my family wanted to play games or something. Like, I was just actually so obsessed with this book. Yeah, it's actually no brainer, 5-star. I actually can't believe we found 2 5-stars in this video. I didn't expect it. Like I said, I could honestly care less about getting a 5-star in this video. I didn't even expect one of these books to be a 5-star. It was just books that I predicted to be 5 stars. But with that being said, since I did get 2 5-stars in this video, and the third book that I was planning on reading in this video ended up actually not coming. I was supposed to be getting an ARC for one of my most anticipated releases of this year, but it has not been delivered, and the book did come out on Tuesday, so I don't think I'm receiving that ARC anymore, and I am not currently buying books. I will not be reading that book right now. I will be getting it eventually, but I'm just not buying books currently. I think this is actually the last book of today's video, which is unfortunate. I like to read 3 books in a video whenever I do like a reading vlog. Recently, I have been doing 2 books because I've been reading some really thick books. I'm hoping to go back into the 3 book range for reading vlog. Yet again, we have 2 books read in a reading vlog. I know, like I said, I'm gonna try to get better about that. But, I mean, come on. This was the most successful reading vlog I've ever had. 2 5-stars. 2 5-stars. All that being said, it is unfortunately the end of today's bookmiss video. This will not be the last reading vlog. I should have 1 or 2 more out after this one. I obviously will be posting every single day, December 12th, but I should have a couple more reading vlogs out after this one. So that's something to look forward to. If you guys enjoyed today's bookmiss video, if you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll see you guys tomorrow for another bookmiss video. Bye.